So now we hit a point in cinema history that no one's done. You've titled the film Avengers Infinity War. What you meant to title the film was Thanos. That's it. That's all it would needed to be. S tier. Now, I have not ordered the S tier. This is not the order I would say it is. If we're gonna top tail it, like probably more like Civil War is actually somehow undoubtedly out of these four the worst S tier film. But those four are definitely S tier. Okay, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Boom. It's okay. It's okay. And I know. Sorry, before I carry on talking about Ant-Man and the Wasp, I know some of you thinking, why is this guy not talking more about Avengers Infinity War? We got a whole thing about bloody Iron Man 2, about flipping even the first Iron Man. Yeah, I get it, right? But you understand Infinity War. I understand Infinity War. We all know it's one of the best films of all time. It has everything. Has everything. The stakes are high. Super high. So high that we actually get to see the consequences of your protagonist, not dealing with the problem. we see them fail, okay? And I love a film where somebody fails. Not because I'm a hater, just because I like failure sometimes, okay? So yeah, Ant-Man and the Wasp is okay. Captain Marvel is actually not a bad film. I don't hate it. I actually have no issues with it. To be completely honest, it's okay. It's as good as any other film is gonna get. So now we hit the big boys. We are coming towards the end of Phase 3, and there's only 2 films left in this phase. Endgame and Far From Home, which are 2 great films. Endgame is, of course, number 1. If it was not number 1, it would make no sense. It would make no sense. You can't. You ask anybody and you say, "Oh, what are your favorite Marvel films?" Right? And you're gonna get those guys that give you a fake list and say, "Oh yeah, I'm actually a real fan of whatever." Who actually gives a shit? The point is, whenever someone asks me this question, I say, "Well, the obvious ones I have to take out because it's stupid are Endgame and Infinity War, and the other one." Not to spoil. Actually, I'm not going to spoil the other. But there's one more. If there's one more film, I'm sure you can guess what that film is. But I say you kind of have to take it out because it's cheating. It's cheating. It has everybody and everything you need because it's got tons and tons and tons and tons and tons and tons. It literally got 10 years of setup, right? So how can you fail? You got 10 years of setup with characters that we all love. You haven't completely drowned us out in woke bullshit yet, so we're still here for it. The money's great. And you put time and effort into it, and you actually gave a shit. Do you know what I mean? So this was still in the era when we were dropping, this was a 3-film era, actually, wasn't it? Yeah. But 3-film with money and people that gave a shit, so it was fine. Endgame is, of course, number 1. Numero uno. Ichiban, or whatever it is, I don't know. So yeah, it's great. It's easy. Far From Home, great film. Super great film. Honestly, emotional weight, Peter's character development in that film is amazing. It's definitely better than Thor Ragnarok. Is it better than... No, it's not better than his films. It's high A. It's kind of borderline S tier. I kind of need a dual tier. Do I make an extra tier for goated? And then I'll feel less bad about the S, A, B, C, D, E, F. Should I do that? Should I drop? I could do that. Give me 1 second. I'm going to do that. Okay. So I fixed the issue. The list looks slightly different, but this feels more right. I feel like before, yes, I still have A, and yes, I still have S, but the GOAT tier kind of... Because there's some films I cannot sit here and say, if it was just S, A, B, C, D, E, F, I cannot sit here and say that, if it looked like this, then it would be, these are all S. You got... these are 2 are S. These 3 would be A. I can't sit here and say that Far From Home is a B tier film. It's just not. None of these films are B tier. The one that the close one you could say would be Iron Man maybe, and Homecoming obviously. But it's Iron Man only because it's older. So it's It was the first. It's the oldest one, of course. There's gonna be a degree of it that's like not really the greatest film ever. So objectively, you would pull it down. But that's not the point. Anyway, that's far from the fucking point. Then we get Black Widow, a film I have no love for. The only saving grace is that Yelena is beautiful. And genuinely, that's as far as I can go. You created Taskmaster. You made them terrible. They do, like, we get some mimicry, some of his copying ability, but he does not talk, or she, sorry, does not talk. And she's about as relevant in that film as she is in Thunderbolts. So, no. Shang-Chi. Oh my god. This is my what if. My what if of the MCU. Shang-Chi. Oh. Shang-Chi is great. It is great from beginning up until he fights his dad. And then we're given something nobody needed or asked for. We're giving a massive fight with a stupid Leviathan. It's not interesting. It's boring. It looks beautiful. But I can see where you purposefully took all the money away from, for example, the bus fighting scene. You took tons of money out of that. And the bamboo forest. You took money out of those two things so that you could put hella money into a shit fucking dragon fight that no one cares about. What's it even called? The Whispering Death or some shit? I think I made that up. I think that's actually from How to Train Your Dragon. But it, for me, if they had stopped at the dad, because we got all this character development for his dad's evil, and then he finally turns, they have the fucking fight with the 10 rings, it's awesome, and it's fucking sick. But it's a high B. It's a good film. It's a good film. Yeah, just a letdown at the end. Eternals, if you know me, you know that I fuck with this film heavy, but that's purely actually not got anything to do with this film necessarily being good, and more so to the point that I have an obsession with extremely powerful characters. My favorite comic book character of all time is Franklin Richards. Has been for years, and you know, Arishem is cool as fuck. When I was in cinema and I sat there in my fucking seat and I was like, okay, this film like pretty cool so far. And then all of a sudden, fucking Ajax is like fucking chilling, and then she's like transported or like taken to speak to Arishem. And then his size, and I was just like, I like what the fuck. And I was like, he's huge. I was like, it's fucking huge. Pause. But it was amazing. I genuinely felt like that film from that scene pulled me in. I was like, oh, I'm here for this. I'm so here for this. I'm so here for this. He's so large, creates planets, and he's awesome. You know, the Celestials are cool as fuck. So that pulled me in. And the Deviant storyline I was fine with. Then we got the Ajax was murdered by the Deviant, and we were like, okay, fairs. Then we all of a sudden got told that like the planets are celestial, and I was like, well, you know, how can I don't really care about that anymore. You know, I don't really care about the first problem, because you just thrown a nuke at me. You know, it's the equivalent of, you know, a guy throwing some stones and it's annoying you. And then all of a sudden the world government is like, yeah, so we're just going to nuke your actual house. And it's like, well, okay, this guy throwing rocks at me is annoying, but I actually no longer care about this guy throwing rocks because I've got a fucking nuke coming to my house. And then it's also like, if at the same time after all that's happening, then it's like your sister busts in the room, takes a shit on the floor, kicks it at you and fucking runs away. And you're like, well, you've just completely betrayed me for no reason. But again, I actually can't even care about that because our house is about to get nuked. This film did not understand its goal. It did not understand it at all. It's like 3 films in one film. Firstly, you're introducing 10 characters. Is it 10? Is it 10? 10. It is 10. I was correct. Ajax, Cersei, Icarus, Kingo, Sprite, Festos, Makari, Druid, Gilgamesh, and Athena. Thank you. I was correct. It's 10. Right. So, firstly, you're introducing 10 characters in one go. We have not had even an ounce of a teaser or anything for these guys. This is all fresh. There's no attempt. There's no setup, right? And again, I don't hate that. I don't hate that there's no setup. Sometimes I think it's fine to just go with the film without knowing anything, and that's fine. All right, that's fine by me. The Eternals, firstly, want us to care about all the relationships that are going on, all the fucking relationships they built with each other, and the Icarus and Cersei and Dane Whitman or whatever he is, to the fucking. He's meant to be like the Ebony Blade or something like that. I don't know. I don't. The Ebony Knight. I don't remember. I don't know. I don't care. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, fucking Dan Whitman and Cersei went to care about. Icarus and Cersei went to care about. Sprite's relationship with being a fucking child in an adult's world. Druid with fucking being like annoyed about the humans and that they just fucking kill themselves and shit and fuck up the world. There's just so much shit to care about. Athena oh my god, and Athena going through mad weary. Oh my god, add another fucking random plot point in there for no fucking reason. It's genuinely 3 films in one. You could easily just do the Deviant storyline and pick one other thing. Give us half of the characters and only give us all of the characters in the flashback. But then in the actual film, just give us the main lot so that we can actually give a shit about them, and only do the Deviant storyline. And you can also do Mad Weary too. So those two you do in one. Fine. Then the next film. So let's just say 2 films. Look, I'm even helping you guys. You don't even have to split it into 3 for content. You can just do it in 2. Then we do Icarus's betrayal and the fucking piece of shit Celestial on your planet. Because then there's stakes and a reason, okay? Now it makes sense. Now, I had time to care about that other thing, about the deviants fucking going crazy and this deviant that can steal your powers. I can care about that. I can. Okay? Because you let me digest it. You let me get in, like, accept the world that it's in. I was like, okay, yeah, it's a problem. That's a problem. That's a good problem to have to deal with. But yeah, it's too many films in one. Fuck Eternals. Even though I really, really love it. And I do watch it, actually, quite often. So, yeah. Far From Home. Not Far From Home. No Way Home. Obviously. From one scene alone, it's goated. From fucking Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man getting to save Mary Jane, or not even Mary Jane, MJ, it's perfect. And that I from that scene alone, I was like, this film's perfect. Bringing back Tobey Maguire, perfect. Having 3 Spider-Mans in one film is perfect. There's no problems with this film, not a single one. I love everything about it, from Doc Ock to even the Lizard, even Electro, Green Goblin. There's not a single thing. Oh god. And Aunt May dying, and giving him the quote of quotes, but in her own way. I love everything about this film, and I have no problems with it, and it's quite clearly goated. Is it better than Avengers Infinity War? No. Is it better than Endgame? No. Now, the next one, people are not going to agree with me on, and I don't care. It's S tier. Multiverse of Madness has everything I need because I'm a horror fan, and it has some of the sickest, well, I say some, it has a few horror aspecty scenes. Obviously, Sam Raimi, we love you. Yeah, obviously, Sam Raimi is a great director. He did, obviously, when I was a child, some of my favorite Spider-Man films. And he's fucking goated. You can't go wrong with a bit of Sam Raimi in your life. And Multiverse of Madness is no different. It has my favorite cameos. It has Wanda going bad, which is awesome, and she's sick. And Doctor Strange, when he gets his next film, like, that's gonna be a generational run of a trilogy. I know he's gonna be in that same group as Cap. I'm telling you that crazy, because this film slaps. So yeah, he's great. Looking at Thor: Love and Thunder. So Taika Waititi, we get it. We know what your theme is. We get everything, how you want your films to look, how you want the theme and like the feel to be. I hate it for this film. I hate it. it has nothing good about it. This film has no redeeming qualities. Not a single one. You try to get serious with like it's not even worth diving into, to be honest. It's actually not. I think for me, what made it worse is I actually thought geniusly. I was like, okay, Gore the fucking God Butcher's gonna be it. Yes, Gore the God Butcher's gonna be it. And I thought, hold up. I was like, do you know what would be such a good idea? Do you know what would be like such a good idea is let's go read about Gore. Let's go read about Gore. Right? This is not the nigga we got. Excuse my French, but this is not the guy we got. Right? Nowhere near. And I'm not saying sit here and do the God bomb. Okay? I'm not sitting here and saying do the God bomb. Yes, extremely convoluted and kind of unnecessary for a film. Even in this, it was a lot. I was like, a God bomb? Jesus Christ. Like, how are you going to stop a guy that is going to explode a bomb that kills gods quite literally over all universes and for all time? They will just die. So yes, don't do the God bomb. I get it, but could we have done something from this? I mean, you've just spent over 10 years building up the multiverse. We've just got into like using it actually. Do you know what I mean? We've just got into actually give us 3 Thors fighting. Give me Thor dual-wielding fucking Mjolnir. Like, hold up. Look at this shit. Give me this. Why can't we have this? Why can't we have 3 Thors? Why? Why? You've just spent fucking all this time literally loading up the multiverse. This is the multiverse saga. We've just done the Infinity Saga. We're into the multiverse time now. We've just spent all this fucking time forcing it onto you, forcing variants, forcing everything onto you. And, Jesus Christ, I'm being attacked by something. It's a rogue thread. Hilarious. And now that there's actually a comic book line with a character you've chosen to bring in, and you've just wasted Christian Bale, by the way. You just brought this in, and instead of using like anything from it, we've turned him into a kidnapper. And a paedophilic one at that, because you've chosen the children. You didn't even pick someone good. And we got some of the worst CGI with Heimdall's son, Axel, a floating head. Terrible, super not fun, super terrible, stupid scene of all them kids playing around, fighting stuff. His daughter sucks. I don't give a shit. Genuinely. Right, so now we're into okay territory again. We're looking at Wakanda Forever. Black Panther 2 is good. It's pretty good. It's not amazing. I think part of the problem was, one, I can respect them for not wanting to disrespect or replace Chadwick Boseman, RIP, and I agree with the decision. In fact, yeah, I genuinely agree. I think it would have been a bit distasteful at the time, and I think it's fine that they moved away from it. But I think the problem was your story is clearly missing, not to say a male lead specifically, but it's missing the Black Panther. Shuri does not convince me as a Black Panther. Fine, you can wear the suit, but her aura, the way she handles herself, and like, you don't give me Black Panther energy, you know? Like, Chadwick Boseman was maxo aura, okay? He was maximum aura, okay? And Shuri was also maximum aura, but in a different way, you know? Chadwick Boseman was, I am now a king and a warrior. You know what I'm saying? Oh, goated. What's that line? Oh, I don't remember the line. It's something about him being a king after. It's like.
The Black Panther has been the protector of Wakanda for generations. A mantle passed from warrior to warrior. And now, because your friend murdered my father, I also wear the mantle of king. So I ask you, as both warrior and king, how long do you think you can keep your friend safe from me?
That scene, cracked. Now, Shuri is cool, but she's smart, and she's kind of just the guy in the chair. And when the guy in the chair is then put into the front role, it just doesn't feel right. You know, and that's not to say that she cannot be a front runner of her film, but she can't be my Black Panther. It was okay enough. If I'm completely honest, Namor completely carried that film. Yeah, it's probably not better than those two films, if I'm honest. That's probably about right for it. This is probably about right for it. Namor pretty much carried that film. Quantumania, again, horniness for very powerful characters. Kang, I love. Obviously, I have Kang. I have a Kang comic book storyline that I really enjoyed. And honestly, throughout most of this film, I was super impressed with Kang until the last battle scene where he goes from disintegrating people to just not giving a shit and getting into a fist fight with Ant-Man. And any film that says fist fight with Paul Rudd is immediately garbage. So it's just okay. C tier, low C tier. It's not the worst film in the world. It could definitely be better. Guardians 3. Woo! Defo S tier. Defo S tier. Low-key goated. Low-key goated. But I can't bring myself to. It's probably the greatest, probably the best S tier film there. Guardians, don't miss. Again, when I talk about trilogies, hard because it's obviously you can only compare it to group trilogies. It can't be considered. You can't compare it to like the single character films. Guardians trilogy has not a single bad film, which would tell you it's probably the best trilogy in the series outside of the Spider-Man trilogy. Guardians trilogy better than Spider. Again, you can't compare them. You'd have to compare it to the Avengers trilogy, and of course you cannot beat the Avengers trilogy. So Guardians falls slightly short of goated, but it's amazing. Rocket's backstory with Layla and little what's it called, teeths and legs. It's so sad, but the emotional weight is so perfect. It's so perfect that genuinely top tier S. The Marvels. Now, Kamala Khan, I enjoy as a character. Her series I actually really enjoyed. I won't lie, Ms. Marvel was good fun. I didn't really understand her powers at first, but again, I don't always need to. Doesn't really matter to me. The main thing is, do I like it? Is it fun to watch? Is it entertaining? And her series was good. Monica Rambeau, I don't mind as a character. And Brie Larson as Captain Marvel, I don't hate, if I'm completely honest. There is a smugness to her acting, and I don't always love her in everything. In all honesty, I don't love a lot of her scenes, but she's okay. Her films aren't terrible, and, you know, she's fine. You know, she's not my favorite female character, and she's definitely not my favorite character. So, the Marvels, when we talk about the film itself, it's just kind of okay. I enjoyed the planet where everybody only speaks with song. I do not enjoy the skipping training and like the little training montage, and then all of it, and also the big bad. I don't even get who the big bad is again. That woman with it, like, we just picked this, was just a like a Ronin clone, but like worse, and like people. I don't even care what people say. It's worse than Black Widow. Deadpool Wolverine, fan service. It's zero story, tons of fan service. Can I be mad? No. Was it super enjoyable to watch? Yes. Would I watch it again? Yes. Was it good? Yes. Was there story? There was no story to that film. That film had no tangible story that made any relevant sense. It was pulled together. It felt like Deadpool himself wrote that. And you know, it was okay. It's fine. It can go no higher than B. It certainly isn't much better than. I mean, if we go fan service alone, it's here. If we go fan service alone, it doesn't. Yeah, it's here. It's the lowest goat tier of fan service alone. You take fan service out, like genuinely, if you take all the fan service that's in it out, what are you left with? You're left with it probably about here. Genuinely, it's worse than Quantumania. It's definitely worse than Iron Man 3. It's probably worse than Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel's not better than Iron Man 3. You're probably left with a film about here. C tier. So with the fan service in it, it can come up a bit. Brave New World. The worst corporate spy film. You know, it's like a terrible Tom Cruise film, this was. And the only saving grace was Red Hulk giving us an essence of the original Incredible Hulk with an insane rampage, and it was fucking awesome. But the film itself sucked. The film itself was terrible. It had no... All of its redeeming qualities were in the last 5 minutes. Sam as Cap is fine. I don't necessarily love Anthony Mackie as Cap. I don't mind the character of Sam being Cap. It's just Anthony Mackie. Ugh. He's good looking, but like not in the way that I was expecting Cap to be. You know, I'm like, when I think of like an extremely attractive black guy, if you like, because okay, firstly, this sounds fuck. That sentence on its own was crazy, but that's what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is, Cap is like meant to be like, you know, the gorgeous. He's like America's guy. So, you know, they very vain people. Steve Rogers is very attractive. Okay, he is. Chris Evans is a very attractive man. Anthony Mackie is, but like, come on now, levels. You know, if it was Michael B. Jordan, you say, yeah, Faz, because he's buff. You say, even Chadwick Boseman, buff. Don Cheadle, not so much. Do you get what I'm saying here? So with the Cap thing, I'm like, but yes, it's fine. The film's fine. It's just fine. That's actually what it is. F for fine, C for decline. Okay, so now we're looking at Thunderbolts. Now, I don't know what time in my life this is or what time you're seeing this, but the Thunderbolts film, if I have released the video, you know I rate extremely highly. If I have not released the video, then you know, then you don't know that, and you're about to find out. Thunderbolts is in fact S tier. Now, it's not quite goated, but it has everything you need. It's better than it's better than a lot of films, and it's the soft reboot that the MCU needed. So in all fairness, it has to go up there. Okay, and now, of course, because I will 100% have released this after the Fantastic Four video, which means you already know how I feel about this film, and it means that you should probably be able to guess where it would go. So if you guess correctly, you better fucking like this video, right? And if you guess wrong, you better like this video too, because you lost. Sorry, pal. So Fantastic Four is in fact great, and the words I used were perfect, but it's not the best film in the world. Objectively, it's just great. It's just really good. And a lot of the films in the A tier category are just good. They're really, 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 really good. And in all fairness, they are good for what they are. Perfect films, some of them, but perfect only for what they are. They are not groundbreaking. They are no Endgame. They are no Infinity War. They are no Way Home. But they do everything that you can require of them. And Fantastic Four is right up there. And I would even put it... I might even have a rejig of this. I might have a rejig of this. It's not perfect. So I'd even put it maybe... It's better than Avengers 1, for sure. Would I rather watch Avengers 1 or Fantastic Four? Avengers 1. I watched Thor, Spider-Man, Doctor Loki. I'd rather watch Black Panther. So that's the tier list. That's the image that you need to keep in your brain forever. That's exactly how this thing is. That is the 2008 run to 2025. Okay? That's the run we're looking at. And it's important that you remember this. Remember this list, because I promise you, people will look back on this and say Opinion had it going on. He knew what was up. Opinion looked at this and he gave us the holy grail of opinions. It's the holy grail of MCU opinion, and that is a tier list. Letting you understand and know what films actually are good and what films suck. Because all these, like Thor, genuinely, you could remove all three of those films from the MCU and nothing would be lost. The only thing we might be a bit confused on is, well, no one cares about his relationship with Jane Foster. And the only thing is, yes, the ether. But he explains that well enough in Infinity War and Endgame anyway. He's like, yeah, you know, the ether was in you. No one fucking cares about your film. No one cares about what the ether did with the stone to Jane, because it doesn't matter. Literally no one cares about the Dark Elves. Literally no one remembers the Dark Elves exist, so who cares? But this is the list of all lists, and this is the list that I urge you to study and understand. There is no list better than the list that Opinion has created for you. And, I mean, you don't need 25 billion years of studying the MCU to create a list this good. You just need an opinion. I don't need it to
Yeah,
be
man.
I'm a grown adult.
Yeah, we won't fucking. I think we've been poisoned by a snake.
Hi guys.
See, this is what I mean. It's a fucking magic mountain. I'm not climbing. I'm over it. It's a fucking magic mountain. We get to we get to the top, and all they do is make a new mountain. I'm fucking.
Shut you fucking listen to me. You listen to me.
No, I'm not going.
No, just
We don't know where
let me tell you a
No,
story.
I'm not going.
Let me tell you
I'm
fucking.
not going.
Will you just humour me? Just fucking look, listen.
Alright,
Just
go on then,
humour me,
Cat.
alright?
Go on then, Cat.
Right. When I died just now,
Yeah.
you remember? I fucking died.
Oh, do you know
Well,
what?
I had a dream.
Okay.
Walk with me.
Walk
Come,
and
walk
talk,
with me,
right?
come.
Let's go, Cat. Yeah, go on.
So basically, yeah. Basically, done. What did you stop? What the fuck? What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is wrong with you, kids? What the fuck is wrong with this guy? Fucking died. What the fuck?
I just need a moment.